Party's going. You guys are just tuning in. Well, where have you been? I can tell you where I've been. I want to give a shout out to Young Baka Productions. Hello, Young Baka. Thank you for a great night. We had a show on Sunday at the Sunset Rooftop. It was produced and hosted by Samantha Linderman, your comedy concierge over here. Smile, clap, clap, clap. Give it up for Ryan for being here. Ryan Benson, because let me tell you, everyone's asking me about that after-school program. We have it coming. We really do. Just that today's Columbus Day for Italians. It's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, can I tell you something? When they were checking with Columbus Day, New Jersey was going crazy. Like, you thought it was really important. Like, I never even considered it like that. Like, it was so serious. They were like, they can't take that from us. Take what from you? Like, Giuliani took the mob. They're not going to take this too. Who says that? Like, oh my God, and Giuliani. I am not an alcoholic. Okay. When you have to say that, I don't know. But I'm not an alcoholic. Does that make me an alcoholic? I don't know. Right? Think about that. And I only say that because Al Lubell, you guys should watch Al Lubell. Love Al Lubell. 4 out of 5 people with Alzheimer's don't think they have Alzheimer's. I don't think I have Alzheimer's. Al Lubell. It's a joke. You gotta know all these old comedians. Judy Gold. You gotta know her. Love to work with these people. You have to know all these. Listen, she does a bit about her girlfriend that smokes cigarettes so badly, but she comes to LA and gets all healthy, and she says, order from Chin Chin, and I want steamed vegetables, no oil. And all I can think of is no oil when she does her act. And I meet the girl. What's her name again, Mark? Patty Ross. She played the nurse in the Three Stooges. It was hysterical. She was hysterical. So listen, I book her. I book her for a night at a kosher restaurant. She calls me and says, I think there's been some kind of mistake. I think we're at somebody's bar mitzvah. She says, everybody here has a beard. Okay. I walk in. She's got a biker boyfriend, and he's got a beard. They're sitting at the bar. I'm looking at him. He's her boyfriend, and you're worried about beards? Like, come on. Oh, what a night that was. There's nothing worse. Oh, I got to tell you. So Jimmy Brogan, here's a quick one for you. Jimmy Brogan, America's cleanest Irish comic, right?
Yeah.
All right. You should know him because he can work anywhere. They had to write a set for him because he didn't have a set. Every time he does something new, which is nothing, because you need a set. You know what I mean? When you go on TV, you need a set. But why am I telling you this is because I invite him on this show and I tell him to be clean. And he says to me, very funny, because you know he's a clean comic, but he says in front of the rabbi, I'd like to see Sunda work clean. And it's silence. I'm all covered up. Don't you see I'm dressed differently? I'm usually naked, okay? And I'm in a sweater. I'm sweating. It's all up here. I got my long sleeves on because I'm doing the right thing, right? And here's the thing that I thought was funny that you guys will enjoy because you didn't enjoy that. But you don't have to. It was just crazy because I've got Patty Ross thinking she's at a bat mitzvah, and I got Jimmy Brogan like telling people I curse, and I make my money being clean. That's the whole gist, and I make it being clean. Did I say gist? All right. So here I am, and Jimmy goes off on somebody in the audience, and he says, oh, so where are you from? Oh, from the area. Oh, because he does nothing but, he has no set, right? Yeah. His whole, right? All improv. He finally gets the kid. So let me see what I can deduce from tonight. Seems to me that you are living at home and going to college, sponging off mom and dad. Seems like you're a typical kid in America or something like that. I don't know what happened. It got very quiet. Usually he kills. All of a sudden, the kid wheels away in a wheelchair. That's all I want to say. So when people say to you about this, work clean, just sometimes be politically correct in the room. Please. My husband hires somebody for a comedy show for his firm. Don't you think you should ask somebody who knows comedy? Don't you think? I'm not going to say who he had on, but the comedian fell apart in front of 200 people and said, I'm a club comic. Patty, on the ground, I'm a club comic. I don't do this kind of thing. Because he died. He died on stage, which was funny to us. Because when you see a pro die, you want to hear the joke? He's like, I'm all for black presidents, and I'm not worried about a second term. He goes, but suppose next time it's Flavor Flav. which is hysterical. But I know, but you can't say that. It's not my joke. But anyway, I jump up and do the Korean nail salon in the middle of his whole act because it's so bad, that bad. And we get him out of the room, okay, Patty? Now he's outside screaming. I could have had them. But you had to come in with your stupid Korean nail salon routine. With that, we're going to start the show with a nice start here. And just want to say, guys, if we may tonight, please let's not talk about wars or rumors of wars if we don't have to when it comes to what's going on. I would appreciate that because I want to have a great time. And with that, I'm going to bring up a funny guy. I met him today in the kitchen. I met him today in the bathroom. And now he's in your room. Give it up for the one and only Mark Zaffron, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear you. And he's the guy that makes this place happen. What's wrong with you guys? You didn't let me remember.
It's amazing how Sundar expects me to be politically correct. Yeah. All right. So I've decided that there is another pathway to laughter and be politically incorrect. What day is today? Today is Indigenous Peoples Day. Now, I never heard of Indigenous Peoples Day growing up. It was Columbus Day. All right? The man, he sailed the ocean blue, all that crap. I knew what he was. He was a fucking murderer. No question about it. That's what they were in those days. All right? He had a bunch of refugees on his trip who were coming here as illegal immigrants, also known as Jews. They were only just getting thrown out of, Spain at the time. Little things like ordre de fées, burnings, brandings, making people wear dunce caps and sit in corners. Threw them all out of the country. Bunch of them on the trip. His interpreter, by the way, was a Jewish guy because they were the only ones who could figure out how to talk to the Indians. They brought Jewish people along because they figured that they were going to see the 10 lost tribes, or was that later? God only knows. But here it is. You see what happens. The world is pretty much the same, and it's Indigenous Peoples Day. Okay, it's not a holiday in California. I checked yesterday. I wanted to know if I really had to go into work. All right? I checked and found out that yes, it's a holiday in New York, but my office is open, the banks are closed. But it's not a holiday in California. They got rid of all those holidays. They got new ones. Can't remember what they are, but they got new ones. So I get to the parking garage. I noticed something on the way there. The traffic is awfully light on Route 10 for a Monday. Get downtown, and of course, if everybody doesn't know, that Pancake House closed. The one on the corner. They're not open 24 hours, 7 days a week anymore. They are closed on Mondays. So I went and I'm saying, this is a problem. This is either an employment problem, not enough people to work, so I don't know how that happens, or there's there's some problem there. Anyhow, I get to the office and I'm looking. There's nobody in the garage. Well, I'm thinking to myself, nobody. The garage is empty. Go upstairs. There's nobody in the office. It's Indigenous Peoples Day. All right? But as was pointed out to me and equipped by, our own Patty, it seemed to have had a complete lack of festivities. Now, Joe Biden had a barbecue on the household lawn. He didn't have a bunch of chiefs with hats on doing a war dance. It wasn't celebrating. It was a barbecue. Come on. It wasn't Buffalo. He wasn't celebrating their culture. He wasn't doing anything for it. No, he was treating his kitchen staff to a barbecue. Had to be cover up for something. I mean, no, there was absolutely no joy today for Indigenous Peoples Day. There were no, it wasn't like a Puerto Rican Day. Puerto Rican Day parade, they'd be driving all around, blowing their horns with flags out the corner. You didn't see them all around, blowing their horns, shooting bows and arrows, and hanging something out the window. No celebrations, no war dances, nothing. It's as if the indigenous people came and went. No day. Blew it. They blew the whole fucking day. It's probably because they can't plan. See, this is their idea of planning. Let's get yellow hair at the Little Bighorn. Uh-oh, the Army's coming after us. I guess we made a mistake. We didn't plan that one very well. So here, just one last, quip on the whole subject, all right, of Indigenous People Day. I think it's just that people in California don't like to work. It's as simple as that. This is the least working group of people I've ever seen in my life. They either hide in their house, they date homeless women, you know, they do all kinds of crazy shit, you know. They just don't want to work. Not a single one of them knows how to put in a 9 to 5 day. It's sad. It's sad. And the governor's just as bad as the rest of them. I mean, he's busy out at the French Laundry having lunch. $700 that nobody else can afford. Nancy's busy. She's down at the border hunting up new work crews to work on her plantation up north picking grapes. Oh, you didn't know about the Pelosi plantation? She even built an imitation Tara. Sits there on the lawn with her husband while he's, messing with the farm workers. That's why they came after him with a hammer. Messing with the farm workers. And he's sitting there drinking mint juleps. And it's also like somebody else said, I'll give credit to Patty again. All right, well, this is important for this riff. How do we know it was their land? We're taking their word for it. We've never seen a deed. We've never seen a grant. All right? They never say God gave it to them. Where's that? They could have just come here and taken it away from somebody else and massacred them, and we wouldn't know it. There's no proof. There is absolutely no title insurance on America. Right? Now they want to give it back, and they can't even prove they owned it. It's simple. It's simple as that. But it's scary that even the government didn't have anything planned for Indigenous People Day. They just gave everybody the day off. I heard Peter Ducey on Fox News saying he was trying to get around, see people in the White House, said everything was locked. He said they just took the day off. I guess that's like 7 days in May. This is the easiest guy to overthrow. He's always taking the day off. Won't even have to wait until May 5th or whatever day they were waiting for. It's crazy. It is really crazy. And even though we're not allowed to talk to it, just to point out nothing, but there is a new investigation going on about a CIA spy, a State Department spy, and the espionage ring he was running for Iran in the White House and State Department. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. Can you please bring up Ryan?
Ryan.
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 Yes.
Oh, yeah, he insulted me the other night, by the way.
Okay.
Here he is on stage talking about me dressed like a Smurf. No offense, but Ryan, the brown, Ryan, the brown coveralls and the hat, you look like Papa Smurf.
Oh no! You guys are gonna be together.
He's cute.
You're supposed to introduce him and stay up there.
I said Ryan. Here, come on. All right.
Wait, do it
Ladies
the right
and
way.
gentlemen, let me bring this guy up. He's been everywhere in every opening. Ryan. Sounds more. Brian Benson. Sound more like the rest of the comedy places in L.A.
Oh, listen to you, Ryan.
Yeah. Thank you, Marky Mark. You ever get into flip-flops, Mark?
No.
Just a loafer guy.
What?
You a loafer guy?
Well, let me put it to you this way.
Put it to me. Put it to me good.
I'm a soft shoe type of guy these days.
You're not a hard shoe. I like a good hard shoe sometimes.
I have hard shoes that I wear, but I like my driving shoes like everybody else. It's suede.
Suede.
Life, Ryan, wear soft shoes.
Yeah.
Soft toilet seat. It's very comfortable.
Oh, yes. Back home, we now got the Japanese toilet.
I like that.
Yeah.
Washing machine
Uh-huh. It just it warms you. Oh, and then it pretty much just you let it just open you up. And just it's in a colonic or an enema in your own home. And I think as you said, Mark, we're going to a future where we don't need to leave our house. And now we can just sit down, shit, get a massage, and orgasm in the same place. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but we were just having that conversation. It's not healthy.
It's not healthy. What is healthy is jokes. So I do jokes as a comedian, as I am up here. Ryan Benson, the comedian, today. What do you call a lobster that's scared of social events? An intravertebrate. What do you call a lobster that's really good at social events?
An extrovert.
A cocaine addict. I saw a thing about how, Osama bin Laden got killed by Obama bin Laden. There was the photo, and then in the background you can see, like when they were in the conference room, you can see a Pizza Hut delivery driver, because they're just getting so much pizza. And I can just imagine, like what that would experience be. It's like your first like day, and it's like, oh, the White House would be cool. And now you're just in there, and then you're just like waiting to get paid. And then Obama's just there. He's like, "This is your tip. I saved America. I saved America. What else do you want?" Like, you're welcome. So that'd be a cool way. He's like, "I met the president. He killed Osama bin Laden for me." I want to tell you guys my morning routine as a 22-year-old college student. I wake up, check phone, have a Mountain Dew, smoke a cigarette, take a shit, and then I get out of bed. So I've done everything there. I've been so busy right now with school, open mic here, opera. It's kind of become like in my free time, the only thing now I do is just tell people that I'm busy. So it's just been a weird thing. I feel like I'm smart enough to like learn like good skills and like helpful things, but not smart enough to do them. I've learned a lot of cool things, like, you should work out. Sometimes I do that. I worked out when I fought my Indian roommate because he stole my ring, because I pretended to marry him. And he was like, "No, in India we don't. In divorce, you give no ring back." So yeah, I'm the minority on my floor of races. It's a multicultural ethnic pot of dick. It's still dick, but it's cool to be the minority. But then when you zoom out, I'm not the minority, but just in this small like case study, I'm the minority. I kind of can just come in there and just like bring up different like topics, like about just like the world, and there's a lot of things going on right now, which I won't mention because I'm like not a religion or any of them. I just like bring up one of them, like stuff with India. I'll do that one. That one's easier to talk about, India and Canada fighting. So I bring that up, and he doesn't understand like what India does or stuff. But then I get my like, and the Chinese roommate comes out, and then I got the French roommate to wake up, and then I got like pretty much my own like small like I don't know what it's like political like thing going on. I got my own model UN. So and it's like I'm the white guy who comes in and I just start like, so yo, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? So I just pick like, it's pretty much, I've done everything that's happened to all their other countries that they're from, like India, Pakistan. The thing happened to them, so I pretty much just pick sides, and then I just kind of like go poke, and then I get bored with it, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up a couple hours later to get water, and then they're still there fighting, and I can see that I've done my job as America. I've shown what America does. And at the end of the day, they still like me because you helped them. You got them you gave him like a candy. I have a lot of Jolly Ranchers, so I gave him a Jolly Rancher. It's just the same thing. Then you want what they got because they have good resources. They have really good resources, but you don't want to tell them that. And since English isn't their first language, their comedy style is just like, it's basic in English. So you can just like do like 4-year-old jokes. Just like to say penis a lot. It's really useful to just like get them to like you, because soon China will be taking over, India will be taking over once we all fail. And I know a bit of Chinese and a bit of Russian, so I'm ready to be their like clown slave. I don't want to die. I've planned this out. Yeah, you all die. But what is life at this point, you guys? I've when I was a young lad, we would go to the beach as a family, and we would like try to fly kites. You know, very youthful white American ideal dream scenario. So it was a pretty windy day. We got the kite there, so we were so excited, and then ding 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 ding. But my story involved the kite, and we were kiting it, and it was the sand was kind of hurting. It was that windy, you know. But I was like, this will be good kiting weather. And once I got out there, it was going crazy. Kite going its ways, dizzy dazzling, and then it wrapped around my ankle twice, 3 times, and then as I felt the forces of nature decide to start pulling me towards the ocean. It was an experience to say the least, but I mean, at this, I just feel like that would be a pretty cool origin story, though. Like if it was like, and then I got struck by lightning, or it was like a radioactive kite, and then I'm the kite man, and I can only save you with kites. So there's something there, I bet, one day. What do I have? I salute all of you One Nut Warriors out there. Yes, that's just one thing to say, because people out there, they can just come easy. It's hard out here when you're on antidepressants. You gotta just like really pump it out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it there. I don't know what else I want to say. I've had a good time chilling. I'm gonna be in another mobile game ad for Rise of Kingdoms. So I'm making my acting career. I'm a successful actor. Thank you. You can find me at Levi's. I'll be there this Saturday. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Do you want me to bring anyone up?
Where they gonna find you?
You can find me at Ryan.Benson on Instagram. Yes. Is it Bobby? I would like to bring up a person that needs no introduction. He is going to make you shit your pants and then want to eat it out of your pants. He's that good. Bobby fucking Peterson. Thank you.
Even sure what that means.
We all know what that means, guys. Don't act like you don't know what that means.
I know what it means, but
You know you're not.
yeah, all right. Thank you, Brian. Sundra. I don't know anything. Mark, Patty.
Sunda.
No, I know. Yeah, callback. Yeah, it was a callback. Oh yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. The other night you said someone called you Sundra. Yeah.
Right.
Misprint.
I got a good memory. Yeah. All right, so let's be funny. I'm Bobby fucking Peterson.
Yeah, baby. Fucking
I am a conscientious objector to reality and other social constructs, and yeah. Oh yeah, you were wondering what holiday it really is today? I don't know. It's one of those fake holidays. It's actually Pro-Life Cupcake Day. I heard that that's true. It's Pro-Life Cupcake Day. I have no idea what the fuck that means, but I thought you'd find that ridiculous. Yeah, I miss sexual harassment. It's how I met my wife. She used to pick on me because I was shy. We worked at a pizza place, and she'd throw stuff at me, and yeah. And one day she came up and she grabbed me by the dick and said, "Yeah, I knew it was big." And she got fired, and I called her, and eventually we got married. But yeah, sexual harassment isn't always bad. Yeah. Yeah. So apple picking. Anybody been apple picking? Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. You're a fucking horrible person. Apple picking it's a mass abortion event. When you look at an apple, what you have is actually the womb of the tree with its embryos inside, all the seeds. The endometrius is the fruit that you eat, and the skin is like the actual womb walls. This is so when you go picking apples, it's like It's like Octomom going to Planned Parenthood, but it's worse than that. It's like if you went to Planned Parenthood and got a hysterectomy as well. But yeah, no, okay, this is too dark. Not working. What?
Plant the seeds though. I shit and then plant them.
Yeah.
Therefore.
Damn it. He outlogicked me. Well, I'm gonna cut this one short because yeah, of recent stuff, but a lot of Jewish talking comedy. I don't know much about Judaism, but my mom's maiden name is Diamond, so technically I am Jewish. As David Cross will explain it, you pass through a Jewish vagina, you are Jewish. That's the law. But yeah, I think my dad's family is Lutheran. I don't fucking know. I don't care. It's all. It never made sense to me. It just. I went to Sunday school once. I remember. It was just weird. I just never. The best way I like to explain like autism or whatever I'm going through. There's a website. It's called Wrong Planet. It basically you feel like an alien amongst humans, and it's hard to relate. But yeah, I don't mean to bring you down. But you're talking to a fucking alien. So yeah. But yeah, so I never really like it. Always seemed like a bunch of pageantry, and I understand now. There's a lot to like I used to just be like fuck religion. Like we used to find people in front of like theaters who were like, "Would you like to hear about Jesus?" And we just sit there and listen to them and just laugh. Yeah, because we're like these fucking idiots. But now I get it. It's not the like everyone will tell you. It's not the religion. It's not the faith. It's the organized part of the religion. So I mean, I grew up. I learned that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just wanted to talk. But yeah, so yeah, technically I'm Jewish. But yeah, that. Yeah, I won't do the rest of that joke because I saw a homeless guy. This is true. Santa Monica. He had a shirt on. It said "Give no quarter." Think about it. It was a Cubs shirt or something. I guess he probably got it from Goodwill or something. But come on, guy. I mean, ironic hobos. What the fuck? Hipster hobos. Yeah. Yeah, I found an old notebook, and I'm kind of just trying to bring some more jokes out of it. Like you were talking about that one guy who never had a set. I keep writing and writing, but I haven't stuck with anything. I've been just trying new stuff, but I'm finding my voice here, which I appreciate this place very much. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's like I was talking to Mark earlier. I'm an introvert. I spend a lot of time alone. So not coming out. But yeah, being here has been great. I've been learning to socialize and make friends and stuff. I actually haven't had someone in my car in a long time, so I've been giving Moody and Lenny rides. And yeah, but before they get in, I have to like literally like rearrange everything in my car because I might as well be homeless. I mean, most of the homeless camps around my house look like my car and my bedroom anyway. I'm a hoarder. I don't know. I just kind of have I'm not apathetic. I just everything about humanity. It just seems like a lot of play. A lot of like walking around like doing all this crazy shit for no reason. And I get there's reasons for it, but yeah, I just never could do anything like the right way. I just did it my way. So I feel like I'm an autodidact. Someone who's self-taught or teaches themselves. I just absorb stuff. So I feel like I've had a more organic life journey, I guess, and being organic, too. Okay, yeah, being organic, it just means rich white women will pay more for me, and they swear I taste better than inorganic. Well, I was hoping there'd be more black people here today for this one. I swear this is funny. I've asked my black coworkers. So, black dudes must have like really tough balls. Have you seen them how they scratch their heads? No? Oh, come on. My black friend said that was funny. You guys suck. I don't know. I don't know. It works. But oh yeah. So speaking of that, I want people to know I don't have dreadlocks. I feel like if people think I have dreadlocks, they probably assume I'm a real piece of shit, and I want them to think I'm a piece of shit for all the right reasons. You know. Well, now I can't get this shit out. But yeah, I don't have dreadlocks. There's long hair. Yeah. 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 So I got like a minute, maybe less. Less. Okay. Let's see if. Oh, nobody cares when a man is murdered. There's one less dick in the world. But when a woman is murdered, you have you only have 99 problems. No, I got to work on the. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so thank you for helping me grow as a human being here, and yeah, I'm Bobby fucking Peterson.
Bobby fucking Peterson.
You don't have to say the whole thing. BFP, as Sam has said, it helps. That's my clean work name. I'm BFP. But but yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
Bobby fucking Peterson on Instagram.
Go back so you can get a shot.
Who's up next?
Oh, I was gonna go.
Oh,
Thank you.
up next we have Sunda Kroonquiz.
That's right. Just to get this ball rolling. We're gonna get this rolling. How do we put this? Only here, Samantha. Only here. It's the craziest place I've ever been in my life. This place is crazy. It's really crazy. It's a zoo. It's great, though. It's great. You have to see how I started here. That's all I want to say. My kids used to hide in this building. This building was full of people and excitement. There was an aquarium next door. Now look at us. As we bring to the stage the one and only Samantha Linderman. I can't even rhyme. Look at us now. They can see us now.
It used to be so good here, and look at us now. Samantha Linderman. How's everybody doing right now? So many things have been said. I don't even know where to begin, but I will. I feel like if I were an Indigenous person, it would be a hard day to celebrate. You feel me? Like, and I don't feel like there's that many anymore. So I feel like, where are they? Where are they hiding? They're not safe. Anyways, that's why I feel like the real answer was, being a comedian. It was so funny because there is so much going on in the world, and my dad is so like, this is my dad. I was walking out of the house one time to Uber here, and he goes, "Just so you know, a woman was actually just kidnapped in an Uber on the way to Westwood. Have a break a leg." I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? So he'll call me and he'll be like, "This is it. This is the next event." Like, and I'm like, did I tell you what happened in my show? I swear to God. I ripped him a new one. I said, my show moved locations. I can't talk right now. About what? It was awful. It was awful. It was so bad. But that's when I was like, no, I'm a stone cold bitch. It was a great night. Everybody in this room supports me, so I want to give it up for you guys. And the School of Comedy. soon to open for me. When we go places together, you guys would be shocked. Nobody gets it. We get stuff done. We were selling books like we were like, it was so chill. But you heard me. You heard the Bath and Body Works and me come out.
Oh, yeah.
I go, well, you getting one for her? What about the wife? You know what I mean? Your sister? No, because she was like thinking about it, and I go, you know what? Just grab another one. Like, it was crazy. It was nuts. Send them money? Oh shit! Don't tell me about it. Okay. What money? What is money? We don't have it. Where'd it go? It's in the books. It's for the kids. I did this joke so whenever I see a smart car, I get this really good feeling inside. And anytime I'm in a car, I'm like a little bit just terrified. Mostly, I don't know, because I don't get how it works. I'm not one for science, so I don't want to figure it out. I don't think it would make me feel better. You know, when I'm like, we're going so fast, like we're going 35. I'm like, then why do I feel this way?
Right.
This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right when the bike is right here. That doesn't feel right to me. You know? I don't like that. Anytime somebody tells me that they bike and they smile at me with that green juice in their hand, like I'm supposed to give them the fucking BJ of a lifetime. Fuck you.
Right.
Because there's the environment and then there's reality. You know? There are things that we can do, and one of them is not terrify people and make us late everywhere and be a fucking transformer. How can you be in the street and on the sidewalk? How? Do you know what I mean? You can't get away from them is what I'm saying. The birds, though, are crazy. It was funny because during COVID, I did not see a lot of birds or the scooters. Did you notice that?
Yes, they disappeared.
Both.
Where are they?
I don't know. But that's another thing with those conspiracies too. It's like I'll think about it, and then I go maybe, and then I move on. You know, it's like it doesn't haunt me whatsoever. Sam, do you believe in aliens? Obviously, you know what I mean. If this is it, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I won't. My higher power is just like there's got to be somebody else out there right now. How annoying is that? I live in one of the biggest cities in the fucking world, and I'm like, no, there's somewhere else, right? We're gonna keep going. We're gonna go somewhere else. I know the submarine's like old news, but how crazy would it have been if one of us was booked for that? No, I'm kidding. Oh my god, that would have been so crazy. Because you know, on the Titanic, when the band keeps playing, I know you'd keep telling jokes. All right, everybody, stay in your seats. We're going down. Oy ve como. But there was not a woman on the submarine. Because not a woman wouldn't go in a fucking... I'm not saying that... You know, there is the statistic that, like, men die younger than women, whatever. You know, like, if I heard no window, I wouldn't go. It's through a screen, I wouldn't go. You know what I mean? Crisscross applesauce, I'm not going there. What? Physically, I sit down for 5 minutes. I can't. I have to walk, like my feet fall asleep is what I'm saying. I don't know. I could definitely be taking care of myself for sure. You know, I live in West Hollywood, and my cousin, who's my best friend, who's my soulmate, who's my roommate, is non-binary and gay. I'm a comedian. I identify as queer, but like not enough for my safety. Like, you know, like I definitely lean one way, and it's not like, you know, what people say. A gorgeous man once told me I look gay from far away is what I'm trying to tell you. You look so different during the day, he says to me at the Beverly Center.
Wow. Stop.
I didn't even recognize you. Oh my god, you really work here? That is crazy. I had these kids come up to me and say, did you go to... I went to Laces for high school. They were like, were you in theater at Laces? Did you play Willy Wonka in the 9th grade? I said, yes, I did. Nuts stuff happens there. I'm meeting babies. My cousin doula. I didn't know they were a doula. I said doula last time. And this guy he's Jewish because when he is here, it's our set. You know? And that just happens. It just so happens. I was at another mic, and I was walking down the stairs, and I hear... oh yeah, well on my mom's side, well, and I got this genetic test, Ashkenazi, 3 different conversations. And I walk through it and I go, I'm standing there, I go, I'm sorry, raise your hand if you're talking about being Jewish. It was crazy. And so then I was like doing my little set, and he was Jewish, and he was like wearing a jersey, and I was like, you know, like I feel like not a lot of like Jewish men are really into sports. I don't know. That's what I've noticed. But then I said something and he goes, oh, that's a good one. And I was like, I know. I wish we could do that in Temple. If only the Temple were open to feedback. There's such a thing called a cantor, which is somebody who, because I feel like if you know anything about like Jewish prayers, it's a minor tone. You know, like that's a classic joke where it's like, you know, like my dad, he's so silly. He's always like, his like favorite genre is gospel music. Like he so wishes he wasn't Jewish. All the time, we're sitting down. Oh, you ready for a miracle? I'm like, stop it. He goes, this is what God would really feel like. You know, like he really like, I love him. He goes, he thinks he's like 15% Navajo, is his theory. And he also thinks he's a lesbian in a man's body. He'll do stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like he's overweight and he wants to wear a shirt that says, I be anorexia. Like he's that guy. He's that guy. I love him. Because I can say crazy shit and then be like, oh, my dad said that on stage. You know? I just be like, no, but that wasn't me. Dude, he is so silly. Thank you so much. I'll leave you with something. Oh, imagine if I broke out into song. Every day I check if it's an MW or F. If it's M or W, I go, I can't sing. And then F comes around and it's packed. And I'm like, is this the night? Did I break out into an original song? Absolutely not. Okay, thank you guys for coming to my show. Thanks for the people who were in my show. It really meant a lot to me. You had to be flexible and stuff. And it was a great night, like all in all. So you guys missed the rap at the end. It was actually way better than I thought.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
Shout out, Grizzly. You're coming back. Oh, okay. It's the headliner. Wow. Okay. Who's ready for that one guy that we're all sitting and waiting to see? Get your hands together already, just because I told you so. You don't even need to know. For the one, the only, my comedy godfather, catch him at the mix, the one and only Patty, everybody. Patty, 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 Patty.
Thank you. Can I get just a few more patties? Thank you very much, Bobby fucking Peterson. Give it up, Bobby. I love you. This was your act tonight was worth the price of admission here. I like you. You kind of remind me. You are equal parts every guy that tried to sell me drugs in high school, and a slightly autistic Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'm just the right enough peyote. It was fantastic. I like how you got up and lamented the lack of diversity here. Then went out and told the joke, whether they get it or not, then told us to go fuck ourselves, which was the high point of the evening for me. It's a high point of the evening because today is a very special day. Today is the day that Columbus brought white privilege to these American continents. That's what he did. And he came here, and he came here on his ship, the ship that Isabella had bought for him, because he couldn't afford his own ship. He was an Italian guy that was hustling the fucking Spanish princess, or the Queen Isabella, and came here, and he basically said to the Indians, "I've discovered your country. I've discovered it. I discovered it, and you are forever Indians because this is fucking India, obviously." This is the guy we're celebrating. But God bless him. Where would we be without him? The rest of us, right? Am I right? He basically that's like if I came up to you and you're sitting in your car and I carjack your car, I just say I discovered your car. The Indians were basically country jacked. country jacked. I would do my act, but Mark did most of it earlier. I don't know if you know that, but that did happen a little earlier. I'm rapidly aging, and but I have to tell you something. It looks scarier looking from out there in here than it does looking out from here. Does that make any fucking sense? Well, like my dad, I talked to my dad, and my fucking dad is 86, and he cares about things that he's not really interested in. And he just doesn't fucking care what you think. Like, my father's very pro-Israel, but he thinks Tupac Shakur is a Jewish holiday. He doesn't have any interest beyond a certain point. Like, he thinks critical race theory has something to do with NASCAR. He's just not interested, is what my point is. And aging is look, we in this country, let's bow our heads for a moment of fucking silence for Dianne Feinstein, who passed away the week before last, at the age of 90. Many people mistakenly think that Dianne Feinstein is from the old school. That is not true. At the time she was born, school had not been invented yet. She had to earn her education by following smart people around. This is a pioneer spirit. Sadly, Dianne, as you know, passed away. Before last is bad news. Good news is the Democratic National Committee has announced that her passing will have no effect on her bid for re-election in November. She's going to move right along. And I want to say, I followed Dianne Feinstein. I was very attracted to Dianne Feinstein, to be honest with you. She was an adventurous woman, bold. I read her autobiography. She describes in there in vivid detail losing her virginity to Alexander Graham Bell in a covered wagon, and a brief but torrid lesbian affair with Eleanor Roosevelt. She describes scissoring in the Lincoln bedroom to the melodious tones of a young Paul Robeson singing "Old Man River, that old man river, you must know something, you don't say nothing." That's what I call political experimentation. And there's another thing that you don't know. You talk about you can live a life that's full. Feinstein's life was full. It was a full life. But she had been on the list, but this year she had finally won AARP's Sexiest Woman Still Alive. Sadly, now she's disqualified because she is, as we know, dead. Now, the good news is the runner-up will assume her duties. That would be the 84 years young Nancy Pelosi. Because when I look at Nancy Pelosi, I think re-election or sexy adult undergarment. So I think sexy adult undergarment. Look, I don't normally do this, but I have some stuff. Would you like to hear some stuff that I wrote? Yes. Let's see, this is just going to be dry. This is going to be dry stuff. You know, there's some trouble in the White House. You know, Joe is having a problem with the Wi-Fi code again. He keeps on forgetting the Wi-Fi code. And there's a dog. Their dog commander has bitten over 11 people in the last 2 months. When are they going to put him down? No, the dog. What kind of talk is that? Papa Joe. I don't know about it. Look, I voted for Papa Joe, but I got to tell you, things aren't going well. It's not going well, and I don't know what's going to happen with Papa Joe. I do know fossil fuel is the devil, and gas is so fucking expensive. I just buy cocaine and run everywhere. It can't go on the way it's been. What I'm trying to say, Papa Joe doesn't know whether he's on foot or horseback. He's not in a good way, and let's face it. Britney Spears Dancing with Knives has a higher approval rating than Kamala Harris. It's just a fact. Okay, I'll keep that one. I want to talk to you about something that has bothered me most of my life. What is nobody's favorite breakfast? I'll tell you, the continental fucking breakfast. That's because it's a lie. Continental breakfast was invented by the French. And their thought was, how can we give you nothing for breakfast and still call it breakfast. It's a big fuck you from the French. And I say that as a man who has spent much time in France. France would be a beautiful country if it wasn't for all those fucking French people over there. I've had it up to here with them. And I'm a man that came to this country as an immigrant. I'm a man that stood beside my mother. And she looked at the Statue of Liberty, started to cry. And I looked at that same Statue of Liberty, and I thought to myself, she's a 5, maybe a 6 if she lost the torch. I'm practical is what I'm trying to say. So that's another one that the French gave us. You guys could just chat amongst yourself. I don't normally do this. This is refreshing. I'm enjoying myself. How are you doing, Bobby? I was just thinking, by a round of applause, we're going to adopt Bobby fucking Peterson, myself and my wife. We're taking him home. Bobby's coming home with me. I will not bathe you as I did my other children, though. I'm sorry. I have to draw the line there. You can maybe bathe me. Maybe we'll go with that. But I found out really, no, this is all true. I wouldn't make this up. Bobby has something none of my other children have, a valid driver's license. My children are all alcoholics. I'm scared to get in the fucking car with them, okay? And they don't love me. My children don't love me. My son, Mandrake, calls me by my first name, which I think is his way of getting back at me for naming him Mandrake. I'm protective of my children. But I have a daughter and she thinks I'm an idiot, you know. I've educated her just enough to where she looks fucking down on me, and I'm protective. I'm protective of my children. The other day I just said to one of my children, I said, you're not leaving this house in 2-inch biker shorts that are swallowing up your ass like a starving baby pigeon. Mandrake, go put something different on. As you guys know, my son lives an alternative fucking lifestyle. I think he just started sucking dick to spite me. Not that I love him, don't get me wrong, but this modern world is more than I could take. You know, and I think he's just doing it out of, it's a phase is what I'm trying to tell you. This is a phase. He's going to grow out of it. He is 37, so I don't know how that's going to work. Very protective. And I will say this, and I will say it under the perhaps being charged as be a sexist, but it's what my life has proved, that women are much better at housekeeping than men. I married 3 of them. They all kept the house. I didn't write that joke. I'm sorry. I did that joke was written by Copernicus. I used to use it. Copernicus sold me some jokes when I was a younger comedian. I used to open for Mark Twain. Remember, I knew Mark is one of the first stand-up comics. Did you know that? I know Mark Twain's favorite joke. I've studied Twain extensively, but I can't tell it. I mean, I will if you want to hear it, but I probably shouldn't tell it. You guys, you want to hear it? Yeah. Okay. How can you tell that Thomas Jefferson has been to your house? The sinks are clogged and the slaves are pregnant. Once again, Mark Twain's favorite joke. Now, things have changed since those days. It was a different time. I suspect in today's political climate, Mark Twain would not qualify for the Mark Twain Prize. Because it's a different time. It's just different. It's different. Very different. And I think we should all be open and admire people that have things that we want. For instance, deep, true friendship. You know, like Oprah and Gail, that long friendship that they've shared on road trips with each other and across Europe and living in multiple mansions in different continents. And their friendship, that deep friendship that they share. Gail was interviewed. They asked her, what is the secret? She said it's very simple. We don't get jealous of each other. We acknowledge each other's compliments. And then there's some occasional cunnilingus. Now that's 75% of my marriage. You throw in rent control, and that's the whole thing for me. My situation is a little different than Oprah. You know, LA's expensive. In my situation, you want to put rent control first. Keep you together. Love Oprah and Gail. And also, I want to say something because I did make a remark about Mandrake's preferences earlier. I'm not homophobic, okay? I couldn't be fucking homophobic because I find Jane Lynch relatable and funny and surprisingly easy to masturbate to. So I can't be, I can't possibly have any time left. Oh, no, okay.
I'm just loving it. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. I will end with this. Somebody told me that I vaguely look like I play pickleball. First of all, pickleball sounds like a venereal disease. It sounds like they're insinuating that I don't make enough money to play golf. Listen, you guys have been fantastic, and I mean that sincerely. Thank you for putting up with me. You can catch me at Paddy, P-A-D-D-Y-F-O-R, C-O-M-E-D-Y. And now keep it going for your host, this the keeper of this island of misfit toys.
Oh my God, they're misfits.
The one, the only, Sunda Kronquist. Give it up for Sunda.
The head misfit. Oh my God! And this is my partner, Mark, at the Rotary Club. He's so funny. He's so funny. And everybody that watches, we want to thank you for watching us. We mean that. And you know who I'm talking to. You. And you. And you. And you. Do. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Bob Peterson. That's it. That's okay for me. That's it for me.